Welcome everyone to another Khan Academy tutorial. Today we're going to be dividing fractions. A lot of people don't like dividing, a lot of people don't like fractions, but when you do dividing fractions, it's really not that bad. So the first thing we need to understand is what is division. So when we're looking at division, division is this process. So let's say we have 10 and we divide by 2. I know you're thinking, oh, these aren't fractions. It makes it a little easier. Yeah, I get it, okay? But let's consider this. If we have 10 divided by 2, what does that equal? Well, that equals 5, okay? Now, what's another way we can think of that problem? 10 divided by 2. See how it's a fraction? What does that equal? That equals 5. Well, what's another thing we can do? Well, we know that 10 over 2 is the same thing as 10 over 1 times 1 over 2. Our multiplication rules for fraction is top times top, bottom times bottom. What does that give us? Well, that gives us 10 over 2, which equals 5, okay? Now, how does this divide by 2, how is this the same thing as multiply by 1/2? Well, division is the same thing as multiplying by, what's this thing called? The reciprocal. Also, please note, 10% left. Let's go. Going with this iPad to the last drop. Multiply by the reciprocal, okay? We're going to apply that principle here. So anytime we have division with fractions, we want to change to multiplication. Change to multiplication. Now, I'm sure you have a middle school or maybe even a freshman or sophomore algebra teacher that said, keep, change, flip. I'm not a super big fan of that. I like saying multiply by the reciprocal. Maybe I'm just a nerd. Maybe I need to get a reality check, but I like multiply by the reciprocal, but I'm pretty sure you've probably heard of this. Keep, change, flip. What does that mean? Keep. You keep this first fraction how it is. Change. You change this divide into multiplication. I like the dot for multiplication, just so you're aware. And then flip. What you're going to do is you're going to flip the second fraction to be the reciprocal. So it becomes this problem. This becomes 12 over 12. I'm pretty sure they want us to reduce this. They both go into 12, divide the top by 12, divide the bottom by 12, and we get 1 over 1, or just 1. So this can be reduced to 1. Boom. I'm not sure if it needs to be reduced. I'm just doing it just in case. Okay, here's the next one. Under the keep, change, flip, or as I like to say, multiply by the reciprocal, we're going to keep the first fraction the same. Instead of dividing, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. I guess it's not as cool as keep, change, flip, but whatever. It's technical. So now we just multiply the top times top. Our multiplication rule is you multiply the top times the top, and then multiply the bottom times the bottom. That's what I like about fractions and multiplication and division, because you change it to multiplication, is that it makes it pretty simple to do these problems. 9 over 16, they both don't have common factors, so we're going to leave it as 9 over 16. 9, 16. Check it. All right. Okay, keep, change, flip, as you would say. 5 over 6 times 4 over 9. Okay. Well, there's two things we can do. Well, we can just multiply top times top, bottom times bottom. We see that we can reduce. Okay, both of these have a factor of 2, so we can change this to 10 over, what is that, 27. Okay, so that's equal. That's a good way to do it. That's not bad. But what you can do is you can cancel before you multiply, save yourself some work. Notice that the 6 and the 4 both have factors of 2. So we can divide both those by 2. We can divide by 2, divide by 2, and we get 2, and we get 3. So we have 5 over 3 times 2 over 9, and that equals 10 over 27. See how we got the same thing? And that's because if we divide on one, we can divide on the other, okay? As long as you do it to both those fractions, we're good, okay? So we have 10 over 27. That's going to be that answer. 10 over 27. Okay. We'll do one more just so you can get the majority of these correct. Same deal here. We're going to keep, change, flip. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal. 2 over 7. Okay, so 2 over 7. Then we get 8 over 49, right? So we multiply, 8 over 49. Those do not go into each other. So we're going to write that as our final answer. This one's not too bad. Nothing too dynamic or complicated. Just procedural. It's important that you know how to do this. You'll probably see this in composition with a lot of other hard problems. But get the basics down, get the fundies down, and yeah, you should be cruising. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.